Yo, what's going on? It's yours truly. No, I'm just bullshit. Just finished good workout, so I have to talk boxing. Man, a lot of shit's going on lately in boxing, man. It's just like a movie dude, they're gonna be talking about this shit years from now. Like everything that's going on. We're getting two undisputed fights in 1 year. Man, two undisputed fights in 1 year. Can you imagine that? We could have had three if Tyson Fury would have hurry up and get the shit moving. Said nice drawing in the back. Yeah, that's a hand drawn. That's a hand drawn piece I did of Wilder back in like 20. I think it was like 2017, 2018. So yeah, that's just that hand drawn picture that I drew back there. Yeah, that's gonna be worth some money. It's gonna be worth some money. Real talk. It's gonna be worth a lot of money. Speak it, believe it, receive it. What do you say? Come on now. We already know what time it is. Salute, my dude. Man, shout out to everybody in the motherfucking chat. I don't know if y'all seen me fucking going back and forth with that dweeb on Twitter, the people's chump. Man, that dude been calling me out for a debate or whatever. Said, what does it say? It says my people been fighting for 400 years and still fighting to this day. I quoted him. It's a quote. Yeah, that's just gonna be worth some money, man. Real shit. What's going on? We can wait till we get some more people in the chat. Only thing I'm doing is what you call it again? Hold on, so when he was lifting the little weights. Hey, look, dude, did you see when he was like, eh, he's struggling? That's just like, dude, I shadow box with what he was struggling with. Oh my god, oh my god, dude. Oh my god, what he was lifting. Say, wait, who you talking about? Hey, Johnny Cage Cruz. I don't know if you got a Twitter, but you got to follow me on Twitter. So apparently there's this like this versus. You know how in the music industry they got these verses where they battle each other or whatever. Well, this is a boxing versus. Last week, apparently this chump, he defeated my dude Ari Boxing in a debate. And I'm like, man, hold on. I'm not gonna let the dude Ari Boxing go out like that. So let me step in and flex my muscle on this kid. Let me flex my muscle on this kid, and that's what I'm about to do. So July 27th, next Saturday, be on the lookout. Your boy Artman about to fucking take this kid out. He a fucking lightweight. Yeah, follow me on Twitter. Said hurry up, spit that shit out. Oh, is that who I think it is? You know what? That's him in the chat. That's him in the freaking chat. Like a little square he is. Hold on. Come on, man. Hold on. That's him in the chat, dude. That's him in the chat, like a little square. Watch him. I already have a feeling his square is gonna come out and say some bullshit. Cause he wants to be like The Rock. He's weird. Like, he don't want to be like Dwayne Johnson. He want to be like The Rock. Like, what the fuck? Come on. Come on. You see, I posted the link in the chat. Where you at, dude? He gotta finish his pizza rolls first. His mama got upset with him last time. He gotta finish his plate. He gotta finish his plate. If he don't finish his plate, dude, his mom gonna be real tight. Ah shit. Here we go. He about to do some cornball shit. I can already see it. He about to do some cornball shit. I can already see it, bro. What's going on, man? He said pizza rolls ain't cheap. Oh shit. Go ahead and get it off your chest. Get it
If
off
you
your chest.
smell what
See
the
what I'm talking
hitman
about?
is cooking.
See what I'm talking about? You guys see what I'm talking about? Like, that's some sus ass shit. Like, he come out here with these faux Sachi shirts. Not Versace, they're faux Sachi shirts that he's wearing. and he's out here trying to flex like he's some dude. Like the dude weigh about 110. Literally, I'm not even joking. The dude weigh about 110, and he out here flexing like he the boss or some shit. But anyways, man, let's get to the topic at hand. Jamel, or I always get the names confused. 154 Charlo versus Brian Castano. Man, that's gonna be a good fight. Those are that fight is one of those fights where you're not really like excited all the way until like the weigh-in and the day of the fight. You know, it wasn't really yeah, hop in, send a yeah, hop in real quick, dude. Let me drop the link in the chat. But yeah, like I said, it's one of those fights where you're excited for the fight, but it don't really hit you until it's like the weigh-in and the day of the fight. Man, this shit's gonna be amazing. You know, I was doing my research, man, on the dude, and apparently the guy says he never lost, and his record says he didn't never lost, even though he fought Lara, he never lost. Hey, Johnny Cage, click the link. Click the link.
Yo, what's good, bro?
What's going on, man?
Hey, real quick, I gotta ask, who the fuck was that weirdo? That was the weirdest shit I ever seen in my life.
I know. He's some weirdo on Twitter.
Yo.
Apparently, he wants to debate me, and you know, they set it up on Twitter. It's you got to get a Twitter, man.
No, I got a Twitter. I got a Twitter. I think I follow you. I think I either followed you. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. I got Twitter though. But
yeah.
I wanted to talk real quick about the fight tomorrow with Charlo and Castano. I agree with you, bro. That's like, I don't know, man. To me, I made a video on it. I think it's like not a 50-50 fight, more like a 60-40 kind of fight. But it's a fight where like I pick Charlo, but I wouldn't bet money on it. You know what I mean? Because I feel like Castano,
you like think
he's so aggressive.
Castano got something in the bag?
Yeah, like Castano, he's so aggressive and he's so athletic at the same time too, that it's just like, yo, he could fuck around and pull this off.
How? You know what I mean? How can he pull it off? What would he do? Throw a hook?
So to me, the way I see him pulling it off, if he does pull it off, like I said, I'm like, you put a gun in my head and ask me, yo, pick somebody, I'm gonna go with Charlo. But if Castano does pull it off, the way I see him pulling it off is he's got to be aggressive and attack the body. So he reminds me of Maidana a little bit. Like he kind of just like bulldozes his way in, likes to bully a guy. So he's got to make it rough and tough on to beat Jamel Charlo. So that's how I think he could do it. If he could do it, he's got to attack the body though. Only problem with that is Jamel Charlo, he's a very, very good boxer. He can counterpunch, and he moves really well. So it's going to be a very, very difficult task. And Patrick Teixeira, he's not on Charlo's level, and he had a lot of success against Castano with the jab. So I feel like Jamel Charlo really has to just pepper him with the jab, stick and move, and he'll be okay. But honestly, if Castano wins, it wouldn't surprise me. It really wouldn't.
So I did my own research today, and I seen the guy, and I really thought to myself, I said, yeah, he's good and all, but what is he going to do that Charlo hasn't seen before? I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I was more worried for Charlo when he was going to fight guys like Rosario and Tony Harrison in the second fight, because Tony Harrison, I knew the skills that he's going to bring to the table, and I knew that he had success over Charlo in the first fight. Even though a lot of people believe that Charlo won that fight, he still had success, and it made it really close. And then Rosario, I'm thinking Rosario, he has he has good power. You know, he's just coming off a knockout victory. You know, I was more worried over that. Castano, he's coming off of a victory with Teixeira, and Teixeira is not even like I won't even say he's close to Charlo's level. Let's be honest.
No,
Like,
no, not at all.
I
Not at all.
see this fight. I see this fight being competitive for like the first 4 or 5 rounds, and then I see him getting laid out like the way he laid out Jorge Cota.
Yeah, you might be right, but the way Castano is,
Straight
like,
down the middle.
Patrick Teixeira is nowhere near a Charlo's level, not even close.
Nowhere.
But the thing is Castano, he does have that style, that rough him up, beat him up kind of style, that a fighter like Jermell Charlo would struggle with. Not saying that he's going to lose, not saying he's going to struggle with him or nothing like that. I'm just saying if Castano wins, it wouldn't surprise me because he does have that style. He's got like that Maidana style. Like, remember when he fought Floyd, how uncomfortable he made Floyd? Floyd. And I feel like Castano kind of brings that same exact style, or very, very similar to it, just to the point where he can make Charlo feel really uncomfortable. So, like I said, I'm picking Charlo, but Castano, if he pulls it off, honestly, it wouldn't shock me. I don't know how much you've seen of Castano, but if you've only seen him against Teixeira, definitely watch his other fights.
And Lara.
Say that again.
One thing I seen is he does know how to go to the body well.
Yep.
When he's in the phone booth, he does go in the body well. Is he from the same place as
he's from where Sergio Martinez is from. I forgot what country.
Nicaragua?
Argentina.
Oh, okay.
Yep, he's from Argentina. And
my dude Felix says in the chat, he says, nah, Charlo got this. Castano don't have a jab to force Charlo on the back foot to go along with offenses. Charlo wins by KO. If Castano had to take Charlo's best shot, it will be a close fight.
So with Castano also too being the smaller man, he's a short guy, at least compared to Charlo anyways. So he's shorter than Charlo, so he's going to be coming forward. But you got to look at the way he comes forward. He doesn't like just come forward calmly, like he leaps in. So
yeah,
that could go one of two ways.
To a hook.
Exactly. So that could go two ways. Either one, he could come in and catch Charlo by surprise, or he can get clipped on the way in, because he literally leaps. Like, he doesn't come in like, remember how Mike Tyson used to come in, he'd move his head and he'd walk into a guy? Like, no, This dude, like, literally, he leaps. Like, he just jumps. So he could get clipped. He could get clipped.
Like you said, he's athletic, right? Mm-hmm. Well, what do you think Charlo is?
No. So I'm giving you reasons why I think Castano could potentially pull it off. He's not stylistically and skill wise, he's not on Charlo's level. But we've seen guys who really aren't on another guy's level, beat them or give them trouble. So Charlo should be the favorite. He probably is the favorite. He should win it. But like I said, Castano, he's not a guy you want to fight. You know what I mean? Like, he's a guy that's going to make you uncomfortable. He's going to tag the body for sure. And you pretty much got to fight almost a perfect fight in order to beat him.
Man, Charlo even said it, man. Let me go read a direct quote from Charlo, because I posted it today.
Quiet.
He says, I feel like I face better guys than Castano.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
Not saying like he fought better opponents, but I feel like he's saying like he's fought better guys who are better than Castano.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely not lying. But at the same time, the only reason why I like to not really pay attention to things like that, like him beating better guys, is because Floyd Mayweather beat guys way better than Maidana, and Maidana, the first fight, gave him hell. He didn't beat him. He lost to him, clearly, but he gave him hell. So it's not always necessarily about who's the better fighter. It's just like how Teddy Atlas says styles make fights. Sometimes the guy that's more skilled doesn't necessarily win the fight. And the style that Castano has usually gives nightmares to the style that Jermall Charlo has. Like I said, Jermall Charlo, if he sticks and moves like how I think he will, if he fights the same way that he fought Jason Rosario, he should beat him. I don't think he'll have any issues. But if he trades and bangs with him if he's on the back foot, that's where I think Castano could potentially have some success. I don't think it's gonna happen. Like I said, I lean more towards
Man,
Jamel, but
I couldn't imagine being Castano's coach and watching the film study on Charlo and thinking of a game plan to beat Charlo.
hold on one quick second, bro. What happened? You okay? I think he cut himself a little bit.
You need to throw that in the garbage.
Mute your mic.
Close the door and lock it.
Okay, that needs to go out.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, hold on. Yeah. Okay, so said, why are you ducking me, Buckethead? I don't know who that is. Ohio, I don't know who you are.
What the fuck?
I know I got weird stalkers and stuff. I got weird stalkers, but like I was saying, I couldn't imagine being Castano's coach and watching the film study on Charlo and coming up with a game plan to beat him. Because how can you beat this guy? Mm-hmm. You're gonna go in there and try to be like Tony Harrison did?
No. So that's not gonna work. That's not.
You're gonna be you don't have the leg or the foot movement or the jab like Tony Harrison.
Right. Like I said, his best chance, honestly, is it's kind of like a 50-50 for him because
his best chance is to try to bang it out.
Right. His best weapon can also be his downfall because he's gonna have to jump in, leap in, and take chances. And we all know Charlo can crack. Castano can too, but Charlo having the longer reach and being the bigger man and the taller man, Castano's going to really, really have a hard time getting inside. But once he does get on the inside, his best bet is to keep his head on his chest, pretty much. That's going to be his best bet, and just jump on him, make him uncomfortable. He might have to fight a little dirty, dare I say it, but that's honestly going to be his best. He's going to be his best bet against Charlo. You said what?
His best bet is to fight dirty.
I feel like it.
I mean, you can keep it real if that's what you feel like. That's cool.
I'm not saying like low blow him or nothing like that. I'm just saying like when you on
like
the inside,
push him in the corner, like, kind of like rough him up.
Yeah, like how Andre Ward used to do. He'd headbutt guys coming in. You know what I mean? He'd throw an elbow here and there. Maidana too, the same shit. Like what he was doing with Floyd. You know, I feel like that's his best chance. But at the same time, that is a very, very exhausting type of fight. I don't know if Castano has the lungs for it, to be quite honest with you. Because Charlo, a lot of his fights,
healthy. He's healthy year round. Charlo stays fit year round.
Right. So that's why I'm saying like Castano's best opportunity could also be what leads to his downfall. Because his style of fighting is very, very exhausting. And even against Patrick Teixeira, he would have moments where he would get Teixeira in the ropes, hit him with like a 5-6 punch combination. And then he would be like in the center of the ring, kind of like look like he was exhausted, put his hands down, and then Teixeira would catch him. So against Charlo, a guy like Charlo, who's a million times better than Teixeira and stays fit, as you said, never tired. That's why I said like his best chance to win could also be his downfall. So it's a tough fight. That's why I say I'm picking Charlo, but Castano, realistically, I don't think he wins a decision. If he does beat Charlo, it probably happens in the first 4 or 5 rounds by TKO. Honestly, if he does, I'm not betting on it.
Have you ever even seen Charlo hurt?
Not that I can remember. No, at least not hurt to where I thought he was in trouble. Maybe like wobbled a little bit, but never to where the point where I was like, oh shit, he's in trouble.
Yeah. So it would be amazing if Castano could do something like that to him. So
it would be. I ain't betting on it, but I'm saying
you ain't betting on it. Whoever does bet on
it. If like I said. If you put a gun in my head and force me to bet, I'm going with Charlo. Because realistically, Charlo, although Castano has the style to give Charlo nightmares, usually the boxer beats the puncher most of the time. So Charlo being the better boxer, plus the fact that he can punch, plus the fact that he's probably in better shape, He's more athletic than Castano. Uh, I would have to pick him if I was betting on him. Castano's best opportunities are going to be lunging in, like I said, and I feel like he might get caught coming in. If Charlo knocks him out, wouldn't surprise me.
It wouldn't surprise you, but
Wouldn't
of
surprise
course,
me at all because
I mean,
Castano, the way he leaps in and the way he fights, he's asking for it pretty much. What's up?
and
Okay, I
that's
will.
and
He's asking for it. His style of fighting. He's asking for it. It's
that's what
bound
I'm
to happen.
saying.
It's gonna
Like,
happen.
dude, look how he fought Rosario.
Mhm.
I didn't think that Charlo was gonna outbox him like that. I thought Charlo might try to trade with him, but Charlo, like, he nullified everything that Rosario had. Everything. Those
Right.
crazy monster freaking hooks and straight right hands from Rosario. He nullified all of that and outboxed him and made him look crazy, man.
Yep.
Made him
Yep.
look like an amateur. He
Hmm.
made Rosario look like an amateur. And
Right.
it's crazy to see because I just seen Rosario knock out J-Rock, who I
Yep.
rate highly.
Hmm.
So, I see another Jorge Cota versus Charlo. That's what I see it.
Probably.
I'm telling you,
Um,
dude. He's probably gonna catch Charlo, and then Charlo's gonna get mad, and he's gonna stop playing with him, and he's just gonna sleep him. Would
yeah,
probably
I feel like if Castano, if I'm Castano's coach, I'm telling him honestly, and this is me being honest. I'm saying, bro, jump on him, and stay in front of him. That's really all you could do. He said Charlo will win just like Fury. What the fuck? This guy must be a Tyson Fury fan.
Nah, he's just a hater.
These guys, bro. Oh,
See what I'm
but
talking about? This boxing shit's crazy, man.
it is. It is. This, bro. Honestly, you know how many beefs, how many people want to fight each other, how many people tell each other, "Yo, it's on sight. If I see you," how many people would realistically probably kill each other over these boxing debates? It's insane. It's insane. Honestly, bro, like I could give a fuck what fighter you like. If you disagree with my opinion, I could care less. Cause me and you have gone back and forth about the Fury Wilder shit. I would never be like, yo, I'm gonna pull up. Like, what the fuck out of here, bro?
But
So
with
this is probably one
other
of your
people with the Fury Wilder situation, you look at it as in just a regular, boxing match. But there's people that look at this boxing match as a race fight.
Yep.
And a lot of people throw insults, towards a particular group because of this victory that Fury has.
Mm-hmm.
And it's real crazy, man. So that's why I think they're trying to top rank, they're trying to they're pushing the fight back for two reasons. One, to give Fury more time to prepare.
Yep.
And two, around that time, the UK will most likely be able to travel here to America.
Yeah. So I and look, I'm a huge Tyson Fury fan. Let me show you.
Oh my
You're
God.
probably not gonna like this.
That sounds so crazy to me.
You see?
Oh,
I'm a huge Tyson Fury fan. I'll tell you right now.
You're gonna be looking so crazy after October, man. I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so you're a Tyson Fury fan, right? Let me ask you a couple questions. I'm gonna keep it respectful.
Yeah.
What do you think about Tyson Fury saying he has the virus?
He doesn't have COVID. He's full of shit. And I'm gonna tell you something. There's honestly three things that I can think of. Number one, how you said Tyson Fury is not ready. When they did the press conference, if you saw Tyson Fury, he looked extremely fat. Like he's always been a fat guy, but he looked super duper fat. Like he looked like he was not training at all whatsoever. So number one, he's not ready. Number two, and we got to put on our promoter hats at this point. We got to think this is a business. Ticket sales probably ain't doing too hot right now. Could be number two. That could be the second reason. Number three, and this is my reason. This is 100% the reason that I believe Fury is faking having COVID because he doesn't have COVID. Tyson Fury wants to keep stalling to the point where Deontay Wilder says, I'm done waiting for you. I'm going to move on. And Tyson Fury no longer will have to fight him. Like he'll no longer have that responsibility of fighting Wilder, and then he can move on and do whatever the fuck he wants to do. But I tell you right now, bro, as Tyson Fury's biggest fan, full of shit. He's been avoiding the trilogy like the plague, bro. He has been stalling.
Why do you think he's avoiding the trilogy like the plague?
He's avoiding the trilogy because number one, Deontay Wilder right now, Deontay Wilder will always be Deontay Wilder. Stylistically and skills wise, he's not on Fury's level, but that right hand will always be there. And
what do you think about him
Tyson
training now?
Fury,
You don't think?
Say what?
Have you seen the recent videos of Wilder training? You don't think that's playing a part in why Fury doesn't want to fight Wilder right now? Because it's not just the right hand.
So with Deontay, yeah. So I have seen his videos. He looks better. He looks better than he did before. A lot better. I wish Deontay Wilder started out with a guy like Malik Scott. I feel like he would have been a much different fighter.
But we're talking about now. What's going on now?
Yeah. So I'm saying Tyson Fury, I feel like he doesn't truly believe, or at least he's not confident. And if he is, he has a weird way of showing it. I don't think he's 100% confident in beating that he can beat Deontay Wilder. Another thing too, I don't think he wants to risk it. Because if he loses to Wilder, then the Tyson Fury Anthony Joshua fight is not so enticing anymore. You know what I mean? Because AJ already took an L.
And he's court ordered to fight Deontay Wilder.
Right.
He has no choice.
Right.
No choice.
So, but that goes back to my point to why I believe he's stalling this fight for so long. And in October, bro, I'm certain some shit is gonna happen on Fury's camp, and the fight is gonna get rescheduled and rescheduled and rescheduled.
It can't. I'm gonna have to correct you really fast. It can't be rescheduled after that because the judge only gave him one more chance.
So,
and this is from the source.
So because I don't really know about the arbitration shit. So
the arbitrator said Tyson Fury has until September 15th to fight Wilder, or he has to retire.
But hold on a second. Was the trilogy not rescheduled to October 9th?
Yes, but
so
the judge says, okay, since you got the virus, I'll give you one more chance. This is your last chance. If you do not show up October 9th, the Tyson Fury show's over. Basically, pack your bags. Good night.
So, question: If he retires, let's say he doesn't end up taking the trilogy. He retires. Can he realistically unretire after a year? Come back to the sport? No way.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
So
he has to fight.
And that's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting because let's be real. Let's be real.
Tyson Fury as a Fury fan, don't you feel a little like discouraged? Like, man, like why are you doing all this to avoid Wilder? It kind of makes you seem like you.
Of course, 100%. And in the video that I made, I pretty much like shitted on Tyson Fury. I really did because as a fan, which to be quite honest with you, I'm starting to not like the more bullshit he pulls, it's like it's hard to be a fan of yours. Because I don't
I was the one who broke the news on Twitter. I was the one who broke the news on Twitter about Tyson Fury being at that exotic car dealership.
Yeah, I ended up seeing it on Instagram. Somebody, the car dealership ended up posting a photo about it. That shit really got me mad.
I broke the news on Twitter, and man, oh man, I'm just telling you right now, other Fury fans were very, very surprised. Very surprised.
I was very surprised, but more pissed off than anything because I'm like, why are you playing games? Like, why are you playing games, bro? Like, just get him out of the way. Get him out of the way. I want to see an undisputed fight champion already. Whether it's Wilder, whether it's Fury, whether it's Joshua, I don't give a fuck which one it is. Boxing before anything first. In my heart, boxing over any fighter. You know what I mean? I'm not going to. I don't like a certain fighter more than the sport itself. I love the sport of
Yeah,
boxing, and
same
at the
here.
moment, Tyson Fury is honestly making a mockery out of the sport. And as a Tyson Fury fan, I am. I don't like it. You know what I mean? And he's making me not want to be a fan anymore. Because how? Why do you keep doing this, bro? It's been a year and a half. You know what I mean? Like, how long are you going to push this for? You
How
know what I'm
long?
saying?
And him doing all this, who do you feel like it's benefiting if they're being
It's benefit
in?
is water 100%. You're giving him more time. You're giving him what, a year, 5 months already, something like that. You're giving him way too much time. And Water himself said it. He would have gotten me. He had a better chance of getting me immediately after because his mind wasn't right. His mind wasn't
Yeah,
right. So he's given him plenty of time, clear his mind, sharpen up some of his weapons, and now it's going to be the longer you wait, the more of a
and
chance
he's been in
you
shape
have
for a
of
long
losing the
time.
fight.
Wilder's been in shape for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be
Always
real.
been in shape.
Let's okay. Let's keep it 100 right here. Tyson Fury, we've seen videos of him drinking with AB, or not videos, a picture of him drinking with AB, or a picture
Mm-hmm.
of him with whiskey, and him
Right.
saying that he hasn't been training. Um, you don't think that, as a boxer, you drinking and partying is not going to affect you?
It is 100%.
You don't. Okay.
100%.
Okay.
That's why I'll always pick Terrence Crawford to beat Errol Spence, simply because Spence, as we know, he likes to club, he likes to drink, and Crawford is a guy who at least looks like he's more disciplined. I always go with the more disciplined fighter. And if Tyson Fury is drinking and he's partying, then to me that's I might have to change my pick, if you get what I'm saying, in the third fight. Because I up to now, I still have Tyson Fury, but the longer it goes, the longer we wait, I'm starting to maybe, like, should I really pick Tyson Fury? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you could be the most skilled fighter in the world, but if that man comes in that ring in much better shape than you, there's a higher chance that he comes out victorious. You know what I
And
mean?
he knows better. He's doing better stuff like
Right.
going to the
Right.
body.
Yes. He looks better. He looks a lot better.
He's literally slipping a punch and jabbing straight to the stomach.
Right.
I mean, when you're inactive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've noticed that fighters, that their timing goes off a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yes.
You don't think if Tyson Fury's timing is off and Wilder timing is perfect, oh man, it's gonna be crazy, man. Like, we're looking for a picture perfect KO.
Mm-hmm.
I'm probably gonna be able to hang a better picture than that picture you got up on your wall. Because I'm a paint it too, so it's probably gonna be very beautiful, man. I might send you one.
I'll take it. And another thing too, the reason I never really liked Fury at first, because like he's a weasel. He does a lot of dirty shit that I don't like. So, and the thing with like Vladimir Klitschko, like this dude, nobody should be surprised that he's doing this. Like this dude has been ducking out of contracts and rematches for forever. So nobody should be surprised. He's been doing dirty shit forever. He's a dirty fighter. So at first I didn't like him because of that. I don't like dirty fighters. I don't like guys who like to avoid rematches, contracts, and things like that. But when he was retired, he came back. His sob story got me, I guess you could say. Became a fan.
That fake story.
Yeah, I maybe, probably. Listen, what other line he's been doing, bro? It honestly wouldn't surprise me. It really would not surprise me if all this shit was fake. But this guy Mike from Boston said anyone can look good on the pads. Who's this guy? He's right. He's not lying. Anybody could look good on the pads. But at the same time, it's not just the pads.
You know what I don't think about?
Who's training harder, who's in better shape, and who's more disciplined. And right now is Wilder. It is.
Okay, let's break it down. That's not true. Anybody can't look good on the pads. Did you not see Stephen A. Smith hitting the pads. No, so anybody can't look good on the pads. So what do you guys talk?
Right.
The stuff that Wilder's doing, it's not just the pads. Him slipping, that's not pads. That's actually him slipping like that.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do that in the ring? Yeah.
The thing about that is too, and that you have to consider. Usually, when you're in a fight, right after I want to say the third, fourth round, your bad habits start to come back. So I feel as though Wilder, if he's getting tagged like Tyson, like he was in the second fight, I feel like he'll start going back to his bad habits and chase that right hand. I could be wrong, but that's how I feel. So I don't know if all that pad work and everything that he's doing is gonna stick to him the whole fight. Hopefully it does, because I want to see an entertaining fight. I don't care who wins. I really don't.
Would you be surprised if Fury got knocked out in the first round?
Say it again.
Would you be surprised if Fury got knocked out in the first round?
Oh yeah, 100%, because he took Wilder's best shots and he always got up. So at 100% would surprise me if he if he can knock out Tyson Fury in the first round. Whoo, that'd be an accomplishment, honestly.
Hold on, somebody wants to join really quick. Let's see who this is.
Yo. Oh my God, he got a dick pic.
Yo.
Fuck out of here, bro.
Oh man.
Yo, he got a dick pic, bro. Get him out.
Yeah, let me get this guy out of here. What the fuck? What the fuck? These
oh
dudes
my God,
so
yo, bro. If you're gay, it's cool, man. It's 2021, but we ain't trying to see it. Jesus Christ.
But you know what?
He said what?
You know what? You know what? You know what? I seen a very interesting video of Tyson Fury. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I heard what you said. You said you saw a video of Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Did you see the newest video of Tyson Fury?
No, what was it?
I mean, it's not new, but it's new to me. I've never seen it.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Bet he's got a big cock and all. Probably I wish I had it, but who cares? I like the guy. He's doing well, he's got a good body. Bet he's got a big cock and all.
Bro, whose man is this, son?
That's your man, bro.
Hey, not for long if he keeps this shit up, man. But
bro, you see
it's all this bullshit with yo. He almost makes me want to root for Wilder, to be quite honest with you. Because I'm like I said, bro. I got nothing against Wilder, bro. Nothing against him. I just like Fury better. But honestly, if Wilder can knock out Tyson Fury, go ahead and beat Anthony Joshua, bro, that's a book to write.
Hold on, somebody else wants to join, man. If you start posting dick pics, you're getting the hell up out of here, man. Oh yeah, it is. It's the fucking another homosexual, bro.
Oh my God. Yeah, what's up with these dudes, son?
I don't know. Like,
what fan base have you pissed off that you're getting all this hate?
It's the fucking the British teeth, man. You know what it is? It's like you ever seen the movie Candyman?
Yeah.
So Wilder, he's kind of like Candyman.
Mm-hmm.
You know, not just Wilder. No. The UK fans, they're like Candyman, because if you say Wilder's name 5 times, the UK pops up. Like, it's crazy, dude. They love Wilder in another type of way, man. Like, I'm telling you, don't get it twisted. Yeah, because they type weird stuff about Wilder, but they actually like him in a different type of way. And I know it sounds strange, but as you can see, they're closet
Mhm.
homosexuals. And there's nothing
Right.
wrong with being homosexual, if you want to do that, that's
Yeah.
fine. But you don't have to project your weird fantasies
Yeah, I
on.
don't want to see it.
Please leave that,
For real.
keep that shit to yourself.
For real. But in all honesty, bro, like I was telling you, and I wanted to at some point do a live with you about it, about all this whole Tyson Fury Wilder shit. So honestly,
Shit, when
I
do you
can
want to do
see
it? We can do
Tyson.
it on your channel, my channel. We can do it right now. Shit.
Yeah. No. I'm saying we're doing it right now. So I think that Wilder right now, as weird as this might sound to other people, I feel as though Deontay Wilder has the advantage right now. He's been training a lot harder. He's been training a lot longer. That's for sure. And I feel as though right now he's disciplined. And remember, Tyson Fury, he said his plan is to get as big as he possibly can, 300 plus pounds. So to me, that means he's eating bad. He's definitely not taking no diet pills to get to 300. You know what I mean? This motherfucker's eating steak and lobster every day. So that shit is going to take its toll on him eventually. So I feel as though he's going to fight coming forward like he did in the second fight. And I think Wilder knows that, or at least Malik Scott knows that. Uh, I'm wondering if Wilder can fight going backwards. If Wilder can learn to fight going backwards, I think he has a really good
Dude,
shot at beating
I-
Fury on the scorecards, not just by knockout.
Wilder knows how to fight backwards, man. Did you see Ortiz versus Wilder in the first fight? What is the
Yeah, but
what is the
did you
punch
see
that
Fury versus
what
Wilder too? You know what I
yeah,
mean? So I don't know if he
did
can
you
he
not hear
realistically
about
fight
the
going backwards?
check this out. You gotta hear me out. You're saying a one fight that has a very controversial looming question mark over it. I'm bringing up two examples here. One example, Wilder versus Ortiz in the first fight. Yeah, Wilder got hurt in that fight. That was the first time we really seen Wilder hurt in that fight, right? And what does he does when Ortiz is walking him down? He steps back, he walks backwards, and he hits him with a perfect counter, going
Yep.
backwards,
Yep.
going backwards. You have to know how to do that. To not that any boxer just can't do that. You got to know how to time that shit well, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's one example. Let's look at the Spilka fight. What happened in that fight?
Same thing.
Spilka had him in the corner. He was walking Wilder down, and what did
Yep.
Wilder do? Step back and pow,
Mm-hmm.
pow, right on his face. Right, it was like butter,
Mm-hmm.
and he was out of there. Had his wife. Oh my God, Spilka, what is going on? She was crying.
I mean, you bring up you. Go ahead.
That's 2 points. Even if you believe that the second fight was fair, that's one fight compared to two.
Mm-hmm. So you do bring up really good points. The only thing though is Luis Ortiz. I remember that right hand that you're talking about. I think it happened the round after Ortiz had him in trouble. So the problem with that is I know you believe that there was foul play, or not just you. A lot of people believe there was foul play in the second fight. The only problem is that Deontay Wilder, yes, he might know how to counter. Countering and knowing how to fight going backwards are two different things. So that was the only right hand that he landed on Ortiz where he was going backwards throughout that whole fight. So I don't know. You can say that Wilder definitely knows how to counter. I'm sure he does. But does he realistically know how to fight going backwards? And by that, I mean, can he pop his jab while going backwards? Can he land a 1-2 while going backwards? You know what I mean? So it's not just because he hurt one guy or knocked out another guy that was coming in. I'm talking about.
Take a look at this. What do you think for yourself?
here, right here. That's hit him off the line. Right here, right here. That's hit him off the line.
Okay.
Hey, that's how you would join. You got to click the link.
You said what?
Somebody's in the chat asking how does he join the panel. But give me
Oh,
one second.
just click the link. It'll bring you to it. Hold on. Shit. Get out the fucking comments. So to answer your question, hold on. How the fuck I get out of these comments? I clicked the comments by accident.
Oh,
hold on 1 second. Can you still see me though?
Yeah, I can see you. I can see
Okay.
just fine.
I can't get out of the comments for whatever reason, but okay. So to answer your question, in that video, if you're looking at that video and you're going just based off of that video, then you can say, yeah, he can fight going backwards. But you box, right?
No, not professionally.
But I mean, like amateur, you've trained, all that.
Yeah, I've trained before. Yeah.
Okay. So it's one thing to have a trainer that is coming at you with pads. You know those pads aren't going to hurt you. And just hear me out. You know those pads aren't going to hurt you. You know when he's throwing them at you. You know when he's coming forward. Now, when you have a guy that's actually trying to hurt you, and it's different. It's different. So
I mean, you got to think about it. You probably haven't heard, but within the community of Wilder fans, there's people saying that, yeah, Wilder is actually having fun in sparring. He's doing new things in sparring. I don't know if you know Tate Jones.
Yeah.
But Tate Jones, he's saying, yeah, Wilder is looking good in sparring.
That's good. That's good. Meanwhile, Fury's looking bad in sparring, as from what I've heard.
So do you believe that?
That Tyson Fury's been looking bad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Once again, he's been fucking around. He doesn't take this serious. He doesn't take Wilder serious. He doesn't. And that's gonna hurt him. It's gonna hurt him. If he's realistically if all the news or all the reports are correct and he's really not taking care of himself, if he's taking Wilder as a joke, it's gonna come back and bite him. It really is. And I don't care how skillful he is. I don't care how unskillful Wilder is compared to him. It's going to come hurt him. It's going to come hurt him. I promise you. So okay. I hope Tyson Fury realizes this shit. And I hope that's why he intentionally postponed the trilogy, because he understands this. I hope that's what his thought process is, because if it's not, he's going to get hurt.
He's going to get hurt real bad. I know you hear the sound of those pads.
Oh yeah,
but what's going on?
We all know Deontay Wilder's top 3 all-time puncher. The dude can knock you out.
One second. Let me introduce my dude. Mr. Hall, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, fellas? I appreciate you bringing me on, man.
See, at first I thought you was one of those weirdos. I'm like, man, what's up with that? I must have said Wilder name too many times, man.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. That was crazy. But I did want to say that I went back and I watched the second fight, and then I watched the first fight. And one thing that stuck out to me, and I didn't realize, is that people use this. They keep saying Tyson Fury is just skilled. Yeah. And I think that's a misconception. I don't think he's that skilled as people think he is. You go back and watch the first fight.
You think he's the heavyweight Terrence Crawford?
You go back and watch
because that's what ESPN told me.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. All you see is him throw the 1-2. 1-2. That's it. And then put aside what people are saying. Well, this happened to Deontay, or whatever the case may be. Deontay, his head kept going into that 1-2, man. Like every time he ducked, Tyson Fury was hitting him on the back and on the back area of past his ear and that stuff like that. It just 1-2, boom, 1-2, boom. And the second fight, it just kept happening. And I never really watched the fight like that. I was just like, damn. I was like, he keeps hitting him on the side of his head, in the back of his on the back of his head.
Here's the
with
thing.
That same 1-2. It wasn't nothing. It just wasn't. It wasn't anything fancy. Like he just kept on that 1-2. He would shake, throw it home, and it boom, and you know what I mean. And
what's going on
at that point where I was like, huh?
I'm just shouting out everybody in the chat. D Hodge, Ohio boxing.
So real quick, guy in the middle. What's your name again?
Jerome. Yes.
So what Jerome was saying, he's right. Tyson Fury is not that skilled. Let me ask you guys something. If Tyson Fury was 6'4", you guys think he'd be unbeatable, or do you think he'd be undefeated? No, no. Mm-hmm. He's not that skilled. What helps him out is his size.
Yeah.
The dude is huge. He's 6'10", 260 pounds, and he can move. He's not that skillful. Mm-hmm. I can move just as good as him. Obviously, I'm not on his level because I'm only 6 feet. But this guy is 6'10" and he can move. Mm-hmm. That's it. It's nothing we haven't seen before. The little guys do it all the time. If Tyson Fury was 6'3", 6'4", he wouldn't be that special. And this is coming from a Fury fan. Mm-hmm. I keep it a buck. Like I was telling Art Man, I put boxing before any fighter. I don't give a fuck how much I like a fighter. I'm going to keep it a stat. Mm-hmm. And what you said, Jerome, 100% facts. Tyson Fury, realistically, is not that skillful. Mm-hmm. He knows the basics. His footwork is great. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And let's talk about it, because a lot of Wilder fans, they don't go back and watch that fight. I went back and watched that fight, watched everything from the walk-in to all that, to the end of the round, to all that. And I sat there and I said, first thing I noticed is most definitely all bias, all that y'all give me off the side, he did not look the same in that fight compared to all the other fights I've seen him in. From the beginning of the first round, he did not look the same. And a lot of people believe that as well. Second,
are you talking about in the second fight?
I'm talking about the second fight. Most definitely.
I thought Deontay Wilder won the first round, to be honest with you.
Look, Wilder, he was throwing his punches and everything, but it just didn't have that steam on it. And you know what I'm talking about, man, where he gets ready and then he just lines you up. But Fury did take about 2 of them. And I was just like, yeah, that's kind of weird. Like, I ain't never really seen Fury beat that before. Right?
Yeah.
Then you just go further into the fight and you notice that Wilder's legs is gone. Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere, hold on one second.
Hey! I told you to lock the door.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, man. So what happened was basically I noticed that every time Fury punched Wilder with his right hand, Wilder was getting battered. And I'm like, man, hold on. Something is not adding up. Literally, dude, I swear to God, I'm watching this fight with a clear mind, not trying to think about any of it. But let's just say if you were somebody that you were looking for cheating in a boxing match and you watch that fight, you can clearly see that every time Wilder gets hit with that right hand, he's moving, getting thrown across the ring. Mm-hmm. Each punch, he gets punched with the right hand. It's face swollen, looking like he got hit with a frying pan. Literally. Okay. And then I also noticed that there was one situation where Kenny Bayless kind of broke up the fight.
And then he went and then he just hit him and that's when he dropped him.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And also off of just a visual, this a still picture of this image
Mhm.
of when Wilder's legs looks all he's not even standing on solid legs in the picture, right? And
Mhm.
Tyson Fury is staring at Wilder with a look of like, this is what I believe. He's looking at him like, man, you still not down yet? After
Yeah.
I done thrown all of that
Mhm.
level of concern, you can see the level of concern in his face. I don't know if I don't know. Some people don't know how to read body language, but I know how to read body language really well. And you can see the concern in his face, like, man, he's not down yet. And he's
Yeah.
still looking at you.
Mhm.
So just to sum things up, me watching that fight over again, it made me really believe that Tyson Fury cheated because I could see it with my own eyes. Every injury that Wilder sustained is coming from that right punch.
Yeah. That the glove. Watching it a second time, the glove. It makes it more real watching it, and also where he was placing the shots too, on the back of his on the side, the back side of his head. And that can make me understand. I'm not sure about I can't really speak on the water. I'm not really sure of the water, but to me, I think that's what messed up his equilibrium. Taking those shots to the back of his head with a bare fist. That right that's what made his equilibrium. That's what messed up his. That's what messed his equilibrium up. Um,
Hold on.
and
I got somebody that wants to join the chat. Man, I swear to God, if you one of them penis boys, you getting the fuck up out of here. Hold on. My bad for cutting you off, brother, but go ahead.
no, oh my gosh,
Oh my God. See what I'm talking about? That shit is so crazy. What the fuck? And you know what they do? They
yo,
come in here, they have regular pictures, and then
yo,
they get the fuck up out of here. Hold on. Let me end this shit. Hold on. That shit's so crazy, bro.
wow, man, wow.
Yeah, he's
But
gonna get
that's
my
the one
shit
thing I
banned.
noticed, man. Like it was like I was trying to see something that was. I was trying to watch the fight and see something that Tyson Fury that was doing that he was doing that would catch my eye to where I'm like, oh, okay, I see it. But it was the same punches that he threw the same punches throughout the whole fight.
1-2,
He just
1-2.
he threw them and yeah, it was just like pop, throw the jab out and then boom, boom, and then it seemed like it landed in the same spot time and time again and that stuff like that. So if we're just talking about the glove and he was able to get his fist down to the string part and he was throwing it that way. That makes absolute sense to why Deontay Wilder was not the same because I had to look at one thing. I looked at his ring interest in the second fight, and then I went back and looked at his ring interest in the first fight. And so how he goes like, he do his whole thing. That's it. You know what I mean? Like the way he set it off. Like I was like, okay, all right. It looks normal. It looks normal at this point. Like it's nothing. I can't say that there's anything wrong with him at that point. It was when he started receiving those shots from Tyson Fury, and I was like, damn, like, the hell is going on? Why is he so wobbly? Why is he like he's wobbling all over the place? Like, and then when you talked about Kenny Bayless breaking him up, and then 1 second later, Tyson Fury comes in and just boom, hits him, and it's not the way he fell wasn't a regular fall. Like the way he fell was like his body kind of just flipped a little bit, and he just boom, just fell on the ground. I'm like, that's just. I mean, it was a lot of
That
irregularities
wasn't
in
a
that fight
knockdown.
where, see,
That wasn't a knockdown.
he called it a slip.
No. I'm saying like he ruled it as a knockdown, but it wasn't a knockdown.
Right. And Kenny Bailey shouldn't ref one of these a championship fight ever again, man. That he his time is past, man. He's just too old at this point, man. He's too old right now, man, to
Yeah.
ref these fights, man. Because I mean, if he could not see what the public was seeing in that second fight,
It was
you're hitting him literally
he
behind the
gave him a
head.
point. He took away a point, I meant.
He did. That's right. He did.
Cruz, you hold on. Cruz, you ready? Let me unmute my dude Cruz.
Yeah,
Okay.
my bad, bro. My son kept coming down here, but no, I was saying, what do you mean? What do you because you said if he couldn't see what the world was seeing, what are you talking about?
Fury hitting him on the back of his head.
Oh.
We could one could say that Wilder was ducking into those shots, and then he was hitting on the back of his head. But I mean, if we're trying to clean up the sport and that stuff like that, we don't want another.
Well, no, because we don't want
case
another
of someone dying or
like Pritchard Cologne, God
for the
bless
rest
his
of their
soul,
life and that stuff like that. That's
Yeah.
Kenny Bayless' time to step in and say, "Look, come on, man, y'all got to clean this up, man," because there were a lot of shots, and I watched it that were behind the ear of Deontay Wilder, and to me that made sense to why his equilibrium was off. Like, you're taking shots, like, now I can understand, like, you taking shots on the ear, not on the jaw, on the air, and on your head, on the back of on your head and that stuff. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to why your equilibrium is off when you receive the first hard blow to the back of your head and your ear and that stuff like that.
But Wilder does that too a lot, especially against Luis Ortiz. He not deliberately. It's not deliberate. It's accidental, but he does do it a lot. So I don't know if Tyson Fury was deliberately hitting him in the back of the head. Could have been by accident. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, the track record of Tyson Fury's cheating would make me think that he was purposefully. At least a couple of them were on purpose. But I think Kenny Bayless, he wasn't. I don't think he was that bad, like reffing. He did miss some things, especially Tyson Fury hitting him with the palm. That is, Tyson Fury fans will tell you, will go up and down to the grave and say Tyson Fury didn't cheat that fight. And me as a very big Tyson Fury fan will tell you that he did cheat. I don't believe he manipulated the gloves, but he cheated because he did things that were illegal. When you do things that are illegal, you're cheating, no matter how you try to justify it.
Right.
He was hitting him with the palm.
Pictures of the gloves?
I did see the pictures of the gloves. Now let me ask you, Art. Do you know what kind of brand of gloves Tyson Fury was using?
Yes, the Paffin Sport gloves.
Okay, and what are Paffin Sport gloves made out of?
Yep, I know you're gonna say horsehair, but go on.
Okay, so I'm sure you know horsehair. There's literally like no padding in those gloves. The reason why those gloves look the way they look is those MX Everlast gloves, which is AKA the Paffin Sport gloves that Tyson Fury used. Those gloves are the gloves that Marcos Maidana tried to use against Floyd, and Floyd said no, because those gloves look like they've already been broken in and used. So the design of those gloves, plus the fact that they have very little thing padding, plus the fact that Tyson Fury was landing literally at will, is why those gloves looked the way they looked. Those photos were not Photoshopped. Tyson Fury fans will go to the grave telling you that those photos were Photoshopped. They weren't. They were legit. But that is why those gloves looked beat up.
Okay, let me ask you. If you were accused of cheating, right, and you were a boxer, right, and somebody said, you know what, your gloves or your glove is faulty, I want to see it. Wouldn't you show the world that glove to prove
Me? Yeah, as a man, I would. But
where is the glove?
It's with his trainer.
Oh yeah,
but to answer you again, Art Man, at the end of the day, there was never an investigation done, so he didn't have a reason to show the glove.
But Fred from Barbershop Conversations interviewed his trainer and asked him if he would show the gloves. He asked him multiple times, "Can you show the gloves?" And he said no. He said they're in the case. They're cased up. They're in my casing. And he said no multiple times. Like, he would not show the gloves. He said the gloves are with me. Tyson Fury doesn't have them. They're with me, and no, I will not show them.
So, I mean, I don't know why he wouldn't show them. The only thing though is and I know that the commission really can't be trusted because they never really catch anybody. But at the same time, when foul play is being suspected, and those gloves were by a lot of people believed to be manipulated and tampered with, it's hard to do that when you got a room full of people. I know the camera. I know they moved the camera out of the way or whatever the fuck they did with the camera. They turned it off. But at the end of the day, whether that camera is on or off, there are still people from the commission in that room. So if Tyson Fury did manipulate the gloves, then I can't imagine how he did it, because I know you guys know what happened with Luis Resto and Billy Collins Jr. When that happened, there was no rule of when the gloves are picked out, they're held overnight. That is why that rule was enforced, because of the Luis Resto, Billy Collins Jr. incident. Once that happened, the rule was enforced. Whenever fighters pick out their gloves, they are to be held overnight in a safe, and they are not to be given to the fighter until it is time to glove up. Now, I'm not ignorant. I know that this world is evil. Could foul play have been done? Absolutely. I'm just thinking to myself, how would they have done it? It would have been, I don't want to say almost impossible, but like the commission would have had to been in on it. My opinion.
And that's not I mean, that's not far-fetched.
Hold on, Jay. Say it again.
That's really, I want to say that that's not far-fetched, because when we're talking about commission, that's not their primary job in the first place. Right? You don't make enough money being part of the commission in Las Vegas, Nevada, or the case may be. But if we all can agree that the photos that we've seen of the gloves aren't tampered with, then there's suspicion that his gloves were tampered with. There was something wrong with those gloves. There's no way that I can see a glove and it's stretched out widthwise. Like how does someone do that? I haven't seen that done, and maybe.
So hold on. Which gloves are you talking about?
We're talking about the green ones, right?
The green ones. Okay. Well, yeah. he wore green in both fights.
Oh, okay.
So are you talking about the second fight?
I'm talking about.
Okay. So when you say stretched out, what do you mean?
They were stretched out this way. Like, so you can see it. So like usually in majority gloves, you can see it rounded at the top.
Yeah.
With his glove, you couldn't see that. You just seen a flat surface.
Okay. You're talking about the top. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
it was flat.
The second fight. Really, and hold on, before you go on, Johnny Cruz, it's not gloves. It's glove. It's one glove that looks like this. Out of every glove in that fight, it's only one glove that has a flat end like that.
Okay, so to that one is really simple. So the Paffin Sport gloves, MX gloves, when you beat on them, and if you guys want the video footage, I'll show it to you. Where it's proven. When you bang on those gloves, they start to dent this way. Kind of looks like a U, sort of. So that's where that dent came from. I don't know if his left glove, because the one in the pictures is mainly his right glove. I don't know if his left glove was also dented in.
It was the right.
It was the right glove. Mm-hmm. So with those gloves, and I shit you not, bro. Like, if I swear, I'm not like trying to stick up for Fury. Like, this is just what I've seen doing my own research, and I can send you guys a video. Those Paffin Sport gloves material, that thin layer of padding, when you beat on them, they start to form like this in a U shape. So that is where that curve came from. And I talked about it in my video where I talked about like the glove gate and all that. So that's why I said.
So you're admitting that he's using a special type of glove. Is that what you're telling me?
So now answer this. Are the gloves legal or not?
No, hold on. I'm asking you a question. So you're telling me that glove, he just has a special glove?
No, it's not a special glove. That's the design of the gloves. But now.
I mean, because the way you're explaining it, I've never heard of a glove explained like that. So this has got to be special, man.
It's not. So it's not special. Like I said, I'll send you the video if you want on Instagram. But what I'm saying to you is, or what I'm asking you is, those gloves are legal, are they not? Art man?
I don't know. It's my first time seeing it. Could be. It could be.
I mean, they were using, right? So
like I said, But where is the glove? Why doesn't he want to show the glove to the public to prove us wrong? Wouldn't you think that's the simplest way to end Glovegate?
Yeah, but I'm not his trainer.
And
That's so
another
it's
thing
so
that
simple.
and another thing
I
is that
mean,
he's never tried to defend himself.
Mhm. Tyson,
Yeah.
you know what? You know what's interesting that now that you guys bring that up, I honestly would have thought that Deontay Wilder at the press conference would have went at him hard about those accusations, and I feel as though Tyson Fury was expecting it because he said, "Oh, I know the press has a lot of questions for you," and you could tell he was talking about the glove grade. I feel as though there had Deontay Wilder gone off about the gloves and whatever. I feel as though there he would have explained. I feel like he was anticipating having to explain himself there. Now, like I said before, guys, listen, I'm not ignorant. I understand that glove tampering does exist, and glove tampering, when you look at pictures like that,
Yeah.
and you don't really know too much about gloves, I can understand why you guys believe that. But like when you actually do the research on those kind of gloves, you can see, oh shit, this is why
I've
they go
done my
through it.
research. I've done my research on those gloves.
So if you did, so if you done,
I'm not accusing. Here's the thing: I'm not accusing the gloves. I'm accusing that he put something in the glove, the right glove specifically.
okay, like what?
And you could. And here's the thing: I don't know. All I know it was something that caused an
what do you think he
abnormal
could have
injury
put?
on Wilder's face.
He had a what?
I think I personally I think he could have put like some brass or something on in his hands or in somewhere in the glove. And you know why I can believe something like that? You know why
Why
I
is
can
that?
believe something like that? It's
Why is that?
because I don't know if you've seen, but I seen a video of his sparring partner before the Deontay Wilder fight show video proof of Tyson Fury having tempered gloves in sparring.
Mm-hmm. Now, you sure they're
Have you seen
tampered
that video?
gloves? Are you? Yeah, I have with Nicholas Asbury. Are you sure those are tampered
Yeah,
gloves? Or are you sure
with
they're
Nick
not
Asbury.
used up, worn out gloves?
No, those are tempered gloves. I've seen it with my own two eyes. And
No, I
also,
know.
I
I've
actually
seen them too.
heard
That's why I'm
out
asking
of
you
Nick
because.
As
Go ahead.
I heard out of Nick Asbury's mouth. He said that Tyson Fury team, they never even try to denounce it. They just said that they literally told him that the reason why they did it is to give their fighter confidence.
Yes.
Now,
I
And
remember.
don't you
then
think
another
that's
thing,
kind of
why would he switch
strange
from?
that before the fight with Wilder, go ahead.
Now I was asking, why would he
Now hold on.
switch
I was
from?
saying before. The,
Go
go
ahead,
ahead.
bro.
Now, I was also, why would he switch from the first fight from Everlast and then switch to the others for the second fight?
So the other is a puncher's glove, and his whole idea was I need to knock out Deontay Wilder because I can't beat him in the scorecards. That was his thought process. I'm not saying that the decision wasn't right or I agreed with it or not. I'm just saying in Tyson's mind, he felt he was robbed in the first fight. So he said, I can't get a decision over him. I have to knock him out. So that's why he switched over to the puncher's glove because obviously he wanted to knock him out. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, he grew this power overnight. If you realistically look at that fight, he never really had Wilder in trouble to where he couldn't. I don't think he would have knocked him out had the fight kept going. I think he was just one on the scorecards. But there wasn't really any power that we had never seen, like a lot of Wilder fans are claiming. It's just when you constantly take punches, like there's only so much punches you can take before it starts to take a toll on you. And the fact that he had that very, very thin padded glove, which by the way, I'm not a fan of those gloves at all whatsoever. I don't think they should be allowed, but they are. So taking that kind of beating from a 300-pound guy with very, very thin layer, almost to the point where it's practically bare knuckle.
Oh.
Hey, listen, you can go all you want. The gloves are legal. If the gloves are legal, it's not, he didn't cheat.
I'm listening.
I'm just saying.
Oh, okay. I'm listening. I'm hearing everything you're saying.
Hey, but
So
Deontay Wilder has
let me
used those
ask
gloves
you.
as
Let me
well.
ask you. No, let's go on. Let's go on.
Yeah.
What do you think about the abnormal injury on Wilder's face?
So it's weird. It's weird because there's pictures and videos of a dent, but then like one day he'll have a dent, the next day he doesn't have the dent. One day he'll have the dent, then the next day he's on video and you can't see it. So it's weird. It's a very weird topic. But to answer your question,
what are you implying? What are you implying? Are you implying that those pictures are Photoshop?
No.
All of them?
No. All I'm saying is I'm alleging what I'm seeing, bro. I'm telling you, one day the dent is there, the next day the dent's not there. It's just facts. You know what I mean? Like, I think you had posted up a video of where he's doing a interview. I think it was with Boxing Eagle. I'm not sure who the hell it was, or Ellie Segback, one of those two, where he turns and you could kind of see a dentish looking thing on the side right here. Now the problem with that is when that picture originally first came out of the supposed dent, the dent was up here. Then all of a sudden it was here. You know what I mean? So how does that happen? And then the next day after that interview where you could sort of see that dent, you can perfectly see his head and you don't see a dent at all. So that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that when it comes to that dent, it's there one day and the next day it's not. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist. I'm just saying that one day I see it, one day I don't. That's all.
Look at this.
It's kind of hard to see with the glare.
Hold on.
It's right here, right? If I'm looking at it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And I think medically he had it fixed, if I'm not mistaken.
He did.
I spoke to the.
So I spoke to Tay Jones. Tay Jones, and he says, "Yeah, man, he literally touched the marking on his Wilder's face, and he noticed that his hand can go inside of his face. If you get what I'm saying,
okay.
Like there's a impression in his face.
Did he get surgery done on it? Wilder?
Apparently.
Okay. Because when Russell Westbrook took a knee to the side of his head, he had a dent, and it was a very clear dent, and he needed 100% needed surgery to fix it. And do me a favor, Art Man, go on YouTube and just type in dent on Wilder's head, and you're gonna see probably the first one should be from Boxing Ego, and you're going to see that his dent is up here, and then now all of a sudden it's down here. So that's what I'm saying. Like when it comes to that dent, it's so.
But you're not denying that it's an abnormal impression in his face, right? You're not denying that, right?
No, not at all.
So it looks abnormal. At the end of the day, it's abnormal. Rather, if it's on the top of his head.
I mean, do you see people walking around with dents on their head? Yeah, it's abnormal. Of course, you know, it's something. If it's true, I'm not denying if it's true or not.
Have you seen an injury like that in boxing before?
Not in boxing, but I have seen it in Muay Thai, MMA. I have seen injuries like that. Yes.
And that's from the fist, or is that from a?
No. So the one in the Muay Thai was from the elbow, and from the MMA, I don't remember, but it wasn't a fist. I think it was either a knee or an elbow.
And so we're talking bone to bone contact.
Pretty much bone to bone. Okay. Now let me ask you guys: do you guys think feather-fisted Tyson Fury hits that hard where he can make a dent on somebody's head?
Yes.
I mean, Deontay Wilder
I think he can.
Feather-fisted.
I think he can. Or the man that size, he's massive. Like
he is. But remember, he's pillow-fisted. At least, listen. This is what Wilder said, not me. I
mean, easily said for like someone that's.
I mean, we did see him.
Fighter, but if you're like, and also the reports came out to how him and his, in their culture, they will put, I would say, gasoline on the fist and to make their fist, you know, to make it harder.
Yeah, he said he'll dip his hand in something.
He
even told us he's gonna dip his hand in something. But go ahead. Hold on.
I see what you're saying. Then because some photos show that it's in the temple area. But yeah, the temple area. I mean, that area is just as close to where they're showing it right here. So
show what you're seeing.
Okay, but I can tell you guys right now, they don't just call me the art man for no reason, man. I get paid to draw people pictures like their faces, and man, I'm telling you, man, I literally draw people faces every day.
So, art man, look at Jerome. Hold on, look at Jerome's screen. Look what I'm talking
Wilder's
about.
face. Yeah.
The picture in the bottom. Look at where the dent is, and now now it's down here in the cheek area. It moves. It moves.
Okay.
Like how's that happening? How do you explain that?
You don't. Okay, we just explained how we're all under the impression that he did get some type of surgery on it.
Okay. So
I wouldn't be surprised if something, I wouldn't be surprised.
But one
we don't
thing,
know what exactly
it's all
happened.
the same shape
surgery.
though. It's the same shape.
It's the same shape. We do know. Yeah. And you know what? Now looking at it, that picture kind of looks like it was taken from an angle where they're under him. Mm-hmm. If the camera was under him.
Oh,
so, like I said, man, I'm an artist, man. I get paid to draw people's faces, portraits. Mm-hmm. That angle looks like they're taking the picture from the bottom up, as if they're a cameraman at the under the ring, not really under the ring, but next to the ring, and they're looking up towards Wilder, and they got that picture. So that's why I feel like it looks like it's more closer to the top of his head than it was, when he's looking at a still. Because think about it, when he just did that interview with ESPN that I showed you, he's looking forward at us. In that picture that Jerome just sent me, he's looking like downwards, as if it's not the same angle. You know what I'm saying? He's not mm-hmm. looking straight at you or at the same angle. So that's why I believe that it looks different. But I've seen multiple interviews where Wilder has that dent on his cheek, on the side of his face. You know what I'm saying? You showed me one picture. I've seen video proof of it on the side of his face.
Let me ask you a question, Artman, since it's pretty obvious that you believe that Fury had a blunt object in his glove. Don't you think that would have fucked him up, like his career up, like having that dent and then having to have it surgically repaired after he had it surgically repaired within a time frame where he wanted the rematch just a couple of months after the February fight? So how do you explain having a surgery and then being ready to fight immediately right after?
Their fights were 2 years.
How I can explain, that's what I'm saying. Let me go on. How I can explain that is, first, like Wilder said, Fury had a better chance of beating him if he took the immediate rematch. Wilder said that out of his own mouth because he says he wasn't fully healed. He wasn't fully, what he meant was mentally, though.
I think he meant mentally, though. I don't think he meant like.
That's what you perceive, but I'm just telling you what he said. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he said you had a better chance of beating me before then, but now you gave him so much time. You let his face heal. Think about it. We're talking about impressions in your face, right? Look at Kell Brook and Anui. They got their face broken and had to go undergo surgery. And what happened to them? They still came back and fought.
Yeah, but not immediately after, though.
And that was
Wilder didn't fight because obviously
that's what I'm saying. Wilder's not fighting it. Wilder's not fighting immediately after.
He said he was ready to fight immediately after, though. That's what I'm saying.
So
he was willing to.
He was ready. He was ready, but he didn't. It didn't happen.
Well, it didn't happen because of COVID and then Tyson Fury's bullshit. But what I'm saying is, if if you fracture your bone on the side of the cheek, and I'm gonna take Russell Westbrook's story because he's the only one I've ever seen have a dent on this side right here.
I mean, who's to say it's a dent? Who to say it's a dent? Maybe it's just a crack or whatever. Maybe it was just like an impression. Not like, we're saying dent because it sounds, that's what we know, but it could be something else.
Well, if that's the case, then everything you just said about Tyson Fury loading his glove, you got to take it back because now you're saying
it's not. I'm not admitting that it's not. It's abnormal, but who's to say it's as severe as a dent? Maybe it's still of course it's abnormal, but maybe it's not as serious as a dent. It's something that can be healed, something that if you do surgery on, you can repair it.
Yeah, well, Wilder himself in the video he made accusing Fury of cheating, he did say that he had a dent on his head, and his brother too.
Well, shit, yeah, a dent impression. Yeah, well, okay, but that still goes on to say that it's still abnormal, and you're admitting that this is abnormal.
If it's a real injury, yeah, it's abnormal.
I mean, Kell Brook fought Spence 7 months later. 7 months later, after he
but Wilder was trying to fight like 2-3 months later. Listen, if you have a surgery,
but he didn't. But you're saying but he didn't though.
But he didn't what? He didn't have a surgery.
Fight 2 weeks later, or
they fought.
No, I'm saying he didn't.
But hold on,
fight him right away. They still haven't even fought yet. They still haven't even fought yet. Hold on.
Let me just bring my point. So listen.
Go ahead.
If he had a dent on the head, like let's just say it was a dent. Let's just say Fury put fucking egg weight on his glove and dented his head. Let's just say it happened. So in order to fix that dent, you have to get it surgically repaired. When you get surgery, when you're a professional boxer and you get surgery, the athletic commission suspends you until you're cleared to fight. Deontay Wilder was never medically suspended until due to surgery or due to anything. Yeah. So then if that's the case, then that means he never had a surgery. The only way to fix a dent is through surgical repair. That means the dent never happened.
Tay Jones personally told me that Wilder got surgery on his face.
That's fine, told me that. That's fine, but
he was suspended. He was suspended for 6 weeks after the Tyson Fury fight.
Deontay Wilder.
Yeah.
Was it? How do you know this? Was it immediate?
Because it's on the.
I'm looking at reports.
But why was he suspended? What was the why?
Because he had a TKO, right?
TKO, right? Injuries sustained. He sustained in his loss to Tyson Fury.
Okay, but nowhere does it mention a surgery, correct? So
I don't get your angle.
So you're always going to be suspended.
I really don't.
You said what?
So I don't get where you're trying to get with this.
Well, let me finish. So whenever you have a fight, let's say you get a cut on your eye or whatever, you're going to be suspended because of that injury. But when you're suspended, it says why you were suspended. When you get surgery, it'll say suspended.
Yeah, they did.
Due to
From
surgery.
injury sustained in the.
But it doesn't say surgery. You're always going to be suspended when you take a beating like that. Remember, Wilder had a blood coming out of his ear.
Here's the thing. I don't have to get the okay from the media to believe Wilder had surgery when somebody who's affiliated with Wilder that I know personally is telling me Wilder had surgery. That's where I feel like we're missing.
Okay, so
I don't have to wait for them to tell me Wilder had surgery.
Okay, so they confirmed that he had surgery. The person that you're talking about.
Yes, he confirmed on my. It was actually on one. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you didn't say that.
Confirmed that Wilder had surgery.
Well, you didn't say that. If you did, I missed it. That's why.
Well, I'm okay. I'm just saying, man. Okay, it's an injury that's abnormal.
Right.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Tyson Fury is not known for giving anybody any abnormal injury, no matter how hard he hits them.
Mm-hmm. Well, to be fair, we've never seen him beat somebody up like that, other than the guy who knocked out in 2 rounds. And
Steve Cunningham.
just 2 rounds.
Steve Cunningham. We've seen him.
Steve Cunningham. I never saw that fight, so I'm not sure how bad it was.
Yeah, you go. Oh man, you haven't seen the Steve Cunningham fight?
No, I never saw it. I mean, I saw highlights. Saw highlights of Cunningham winning the fight at first, and then
go watch that fight. You'll be like, man, what the fuck, Tyson Fury? You can do that?
He is a weird. He is. Tyson Fury is odd, and the things that he does is odd. That to where what sticks out to me is that the people that are fans of Tyson Fury, like, they just neglect to look at these patterns throughout the years. Like, they just make it seem like no way this could not have happened and stuff like that. We know that boxing is the dirtiest sport.
That's
period.
Right.
There's no other sport dirtier than boxing.
Yep.
I'm not gonna knock.
You can make $300 million in 30 minutes.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Like, I'm not gonna try to knock a guy that's getting in there, that's trying to defend his life, trying to do what he needs to do to win and that stuff like that. But when it's called out and people are like, no, you're this, you're that, and that stuff like that, that's where it starts to get a little bit too much for me, man, because some things just don't add up. I've never seen a guy face dented that way from a glove. Even when Marcus McDonald fought Adrian Broner, his face swelled up. You didn't see dents in his. And sometimes people may say, "Oh, well, he said head." And when we're talking about head, he may have meant his whole, like, just his whole head and not just his. Like, he wasn't detailed in saying, "Oh, the side of my face" or anything like that. But you didn't see that in the Marcus McDonald fight. Mm-hmm. Adrian Broner was taking hella shots, and he used those horsehair gloves in that fight, and Adrian Broner took a ton of shots to the face in that fight from Marcus.
So really quickly now, so we know how Tyson Fury was fighting really, really dirty against Deontay Wilder in the second fight. Who's to say? Let's just say that there is a dent there. Who's to say that dent didn't come from a headbutt, from an elbow? Listen, Tyson Fury's the dirtiest player in the game, man.
You want to know why I can say that? You know why I can say that? Because I don't know if you've seen it, but I've seen it. John Konzerski's photo gallery of the Wilder versus Fury fight. In that gallery, I'm gonna send you the link after that. In that gallery, you should really look it out. From round 1 all the way leading up to the stoppage, you can see he has it in order. You can see Tyson Fury's glove go from looking like the regular Pac-Man sport to slowly changing and turning into swooshed in form.
Right, but that's
and then
how
also,
that glove is
you can
designed.
see in the nope. Let me go on. In the pictures, you can see Wilder's face getting swollen, and you can also see that big old knot on the side of his face. You can see it. You can see the impression when you look at the pictures going from the first picture all the way up to where he got stopped. And man, before you speak, let me ask you this: what do you think about John Konzerski, that photographer, having that photo gallery public, and then during the mediation arbitration, he made that photo gallery private, and then after the arbitration, he releases it back to the public? What do you think about that?
What I think about it is it makes you scratch your head, makes you wonder. But that is not proof enough for me to believe that he tampered with his gloves. And once again, back to what you were saying, how after round by round, the gloves kept getting more, looking more, I guess, mushed in form, whatever you want to call it.
Not the gloves. The glove. One glove. I'm talking about one glove.
One glove. So, but was that not the hand that was that not the one he was hitting Wilder with the most? The right hand. It was the right hand.
Yeah, that's the one that's accused. That's the one that's accused of being loaded because notice that all the big damages on Wilder's face, the abnormal injuries on Wilder's face, is coming from that side of his. He was to throw the right glove, and we can see it.
Mm-hmm. So, but I'm going back to what you were saying. Listen, like I said, this was a beatdown from round 2 to round 7. So at some point, when somebody keeps punching you, your face is gonna swell. That's how life
You
is.
don't think it was a beatdown because he had a loaded glove? I mean, we never
No,
seen Wilder's face look
no.
like that, and he got hit.
Let me ask you:
So
have you never seen Luis Resto and Billy Collins Jr.? That fight was competitive. Luis Resto, we know he was cheating because his gloves had a hole in them and he was taking padding out. Margarito and Miguel Cotto, the first fight, that fight was competitive until the 7th or 8th round. So it's not that's not anything that I'm going to take into consideration because I've seen fights where it's been proven that the guy was cheating and the fight was competitive. So
you don't think it's been proven that Tyson Fury's been cheating?
No, he's cheated before. I'm talking about he cheated in the second fight, but not by manipulating gloves. He was doing dirty shit.
Okay. So I just want to understand. I just want to understand, how can you know a guy has a history of cheating, knowing that the guy cheated in the ring before and outside the ring before, and why would you believe that it's so impossible for him to cheat now? This is like record disappears in the second fight. Like
so did you not?
It's not present. He would do a thing like this.
So did you not hear me say 3 times that I'm not ignorant and that I understand that boxing is a dirty game and there's very much possible? Okay, then. So I'm not ruling it out. I'm just saying if you want to convince me that Tyson Fury manipulated his gloves, you got to give me something stronger because those pictures I just explained to you, the MX glove, it comes in already looking like it was used. That is why Floyd Mayweather told Marcos Maidana, "You are not."
I just explained to you that it wasn't just the gloves. It wasn't just the gloves. It's one glove in particular. And Wilder has, and you're agreeing. Look, you literally agreed that Wilder has an abnormal injury on his face. You agreed that the glove looks faulty.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't.
But at the same time,
but you're telling me that no way, that's not.
No.
And you know his sparring partner. There's actually video proof of his sparring partner showing that glove. But before we go into that, because we can go all day, let me ask you this: why didn't Tyson Fury sue Wilder for defamation of character?
Because it didn't cost him anything. Why would he?
You don't think it's costing him anything?
No. What did it cost him? Did it cost him? Did it cost him the trilogy? Did it cost him a fight with AJ? I mean, it was signed, sealed, and delivered supposedly. It didn't cost him anything. You
don't think that's a stain to his reputation? You don't think that investors wouldn't want to invest in Tyson Fury knowing that he has these allegations over him? You don't think that can cause him anything? Wilder, I mean, because every interview, they're always, it's always lingering like, hey, man, this guy is accusing you of cheating.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's a tough jacket to carry every time.
Well, yes, you're right. The only issue is that we've seen Tyson Fury literally get caught cheating, and people are still investing in him, so it's not hurting him. And there was never a investigation. There were no damages. There was no like if let's say Wilder accused Tyson Fury of cheating, and it would have cost him the Anthony Joshua fight or any other fight in general that would have made him a lot of money, then you have an argument. It didn't cost him anything. If you, like, for example, if you call me a pedophile on live right now and nothing happens to me, there's no reason for me to sue you. But now everybody starts calling me that, I lose my job because of it. Now I have all rights because now that affected me personally. Now I can sue you. So there was no damages done when Wilder accused him of cheating. So what is he really suing him for? There were no damages. Like, for example, Manny Pacquiao, he sued Floyd Mayweather for defamation of character because Floyd Mayweather had the whole boxing world believing that he was a cheater. But when he sued him,
the whole boxing world believes Tyson Fury is a cheater as well.
Not the whole boxing world. That's only Wilder fans. I don't believe it.
It's not just Wilder fans. You know that, right? It's casual fans. I don't know if you know World Star Hip Hop. You know what that is?
Of course I know World Star.
on World Star Hip Hop, if you search up Wilder, there's several Glovegate videos with millions of views. And you know, I sell T-shirts, right? There's a special character I made called, of course. There's a special character I got called the Cheat King, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
And it's a guy in a coffin with the flappy gloves. Do you know that tomorrow I'm about to ship about 3 of those shirts?
Well,
there's people in this world that's not just Wilder fans who believe Tyson Fury cheated, man.
Well, I mean, the artwork is great. I might get one myself, and I'm a Fury fan. Listen, when you draw good, you could draw anything and sell it. You know what I mean? So I'm not surprised. The artwork is great. Like I said, I might order one myself. Shit, you know what I mean? So there are a lot of casual. My cousin doesn't fucking watch boxing at all, and he believes Tyson Fury cheated. So I'm not surprised.
So did you see a floppy glove in the first fight?
The floppy glove?
Yeah, in the first fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you see it in the second
first fight?
Was that again?
I said, did you see the floppy glove in the second fight?
No, I did not.
All right.
But
nope.
Yeah.
Not a question. I got a question for you. I'm gonna turn it right back around. I got a question for you. Was Tyson Fury flicking the jab in the second fight? Was he even throwing the jab in the second fight? No, he was coming forward.
I think he was throwing the jab to me. I think he was throwing a jab to set up his right.
But he wasn't flicking it like how he does.
But to set up that right hand. He even palmed Wilder's face in the second fight and punched him.
Yeah. What do you mean by pawn?
Like he opened his palm with a glove and punched him. Like he held his hand in his. Go watch the Cunningham fight because he did something similar in that fight as well, where he'll hold his opponent down with his left hand, and then knock him down with the right.
Yeah, he does that all the time.
Which is not legal in boxing.
I know that. I told you that. That's one of the first things I said. He was doing a lot of illegal shit. That doesn't mean that he loaded his gloves though. But what I'm trying to dispute that he was dirty because I said Tyson Fury is the dirtiest player in the game. What I'm trying to dispute is the loaded gloves. That's what I'm disputing. That's what I don't believe.
I'm just trying to tell you, man. Like,
do you think anything was wrong with his gloves in the second fight?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
So, do you think anything was wrong with his gloves in the second fight?
No.
Then you're perfectly fine.
No, I don't believe that there was anything wrong with his gloves.
Would you be surprised? Would you be surprised if it was to come out that he actually did have something in that right glove? Would you be surprised?
Yes, 100%. I'd be surprised, and mainly because I just can't think. I can't think. Like, what did he do? Run into the bathroom with the gloves? Like, pretend he was taking a piss and slide something in there? Like, how can he do that? Like, it's one thing. It's one thing.
I mean, for the first time ever, I've seen in a championship fight, someone disconnected the camera in the dressing room.
But there was still people in there. And you could disconnect. You can disconnect the camera. That just means me and you can't see what's going on. There's still the commission is still in there. The commission is still in there.
Yeah. The commission. The commission is not to be trusted, and you know that these guys don't catch anybody.
Okay, but you're telling me that they're not going to see somebody shoving something into a glove? It's one thing to sneak in. Go ahead.
I believe that it's not hard to find somebody that's financially deprived that's willing to accept money to not do their job.
There you go. Now that's back to what I was saying. The only way that this could have happened is if somebody from the commission was in on it. That's the only way.
Yep.
That's the only way. Is it possible? Yes. Do I believe it? No. That's the only way that he could have put some. I'm not talking about having gloves that were loose or flappy gloves or illegal hand wraps like Margarito had. I'm talking about you looking at somebody shoving something into that glove You got to be blind or just ignorant or just ignoring what's happening to not see that. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, you know, do you rate JD? Hold on 1 second before you go on, brother. Do you rate JD's as an experienced trainer?
I mean, I only know JD's from training Wilder. So to answer your question,
okay, so you would,
know, so probably not.
Okay, do you think that somebody being inexperienced would know to check for a guy tampering gloves?
Well, if somebody's that inexperienced that they can't see somebody shoving something in the glove, then they need to get fucking fired because they're useless. Once again, we're not talking about there no being padding in there. We're talking about somebody putting something in a glove.
No, we are saying there isn't any
something in their gloves.
Because,
No. He's talking about
because we agree that the horsehair. That's no way. We should we shouldn't be using those as gloves.
Oh no. I agree.
That's literally no pad. We talking horsehair? That's 100% no padding at all.
I 100% agree. I don't like the horsehair gloves.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's legal. If it's legal, they can be used. You know what I mean? If something is legal and you use it to beat me, I can't accuse you of cheating because it's legal. You know what I mean?
Can I ask you, have you ever seen Wilder look like that before? Where he has no legs?
Within the first round? Not that I can remember, no. Not that I can remember.
Never.
Huh? Never.
Do you believe Wilder's lying when he says he believed his water was spiked?
Do I think he's lying? No. I think he truly believes it. Do I believe it? No. Because why
don't you believe it?
Because what would his trainer get out of doing that? Spiking his water? Like, would he get, all that?
I don't know. Maybe the almighty dollar. We live in a capitalist society.
You think Tyson Fury
maybe he could do it for something like that?
You think Tyson? You don't think Mark Breland's seen enough money? In all honesty,
no.
Do you know how much?
After hearing Mark Breland say those things about Wilder, blatantly lie about him in the public.
What did he say?
On the enemy's platform. He said Wilder doesn't jump rope, he says Wilder doesn't jump rope. Wilder doesn't hit the heavy bag.
Mm-hmm. No, he does. I've seen him.
So he blatantly. Exactly. So he blatantly lied. He was already explaining that he had some type of disdain or argument with Wilder prior to this fight. He's always had.
Can you guys hear me?
Something against Wilder. He basically explained.
I can't hear you guys.
We can hear you. Me personally, I don't believe Mark Breland spiked Wilder's water, but I do believe he gave him water that he knew was spiked. And I don't know if you've seen the video of Tyson Fury after the fight. Tyson Fury's trainer offered him some water, and Tyson Fury was about to drink the water, and then he asked him, "Where'd you get the water from?" And he explained, and then Tyson Fury said, "Oh no, I'm good."
Mm-hmm.
You don't think that's kind of strange?
No, because fighters.
I have to come back in. Can't hear you guys.
Okay.
Fighters refuse. Like, for example, would you? Let's say you were a professional fighter. You had just won your biggest victory, right? Would you accept water from a random person?
No, that wasn't random. That was his trainer.
No, his trainer was giving him the water. He asked where it came from. It didn't come from his trainer. The trainer was just the one handing it to him. That's different.
Why would I be under the impression that I couldn't drink any of water?
Well, you don't want to risk you pissing dirty. You don't want to risk anything, especially because I think they drug test you right after the press conference.
Oh, so you believe that? So you believe somebody can alter the water?
Yeah, of course.
Exactly. So,
but it's one thing. It's one thing to accuse like Tyson Fury's corner of spiking his water, but you're accusing your own trainer of spiking your water. That's different.
Yeah,
that's different.
Yeah.
So
this is a dirty world, bro.
I know. I agree with you. Trust me.
This
like
is
I
a
said,
dirty
I'm not
world,
ignorant.
man.
Is it possible? Yes, it's a very dirty world. But Deontay Wilder said that he had the toxology report, and he was going to show it, and he hasn't shown anything. And we're going on to the third fight. Why hasn't he shown anything?
You know what? Because you just answered it. Because we're going on to a third fight. You don't think something like that? If you don't think if he produced that evidence now, that will ruin his chances of getting his third fight?
Now, yes, now. But back then, no. I don't think it would have ruined it. Because if that's the case, he would have never put out that video saying why he believed Tyson Fury cheated. That was probably the perfect
but
time.
he didn't produce. He didn't produce that. He didn't produce it because he wants that fight with Fury. And you know, if Wilder showed, because I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I speak to people involved with Wilder, and they told me that they actually have more stuff, more images from that photographer's gallery that's not released to the public. They have a lot of stuff that they're sitting on, and eventually after this fight, it's going down for Tyson Fury, man.
Well,
I just want you to understand that, and if I were you, I wouldn't get too wrapped up with defending Tyson Fury because it's gonna look really bad. It's gonna look really bad after this. I'm telling you right now.
I'm just saying, bro. It's been a year and a half, and they haven't even produced a little bit of evidence. And this whole toxology thing, and you know what I mean. It's just, listen. If you're accusing somebody of something, you gotta bring evidence, because I don't think by him producing that evidence, it would have, if he really did have it, Tyson Fury probably would have gotten suspended. The L on Wilder's record 100% would have been voided, and I guarantee you that Deontay Wilder would have been awarded his belt back, and rightfully so, because if you're a cheater, you don't deserve to win anything. So,
Wilder wants to hurt Fury. He doesn't want to wait and go through a long court process like that not to fight him. He wants to fight him first.
How foolish would it look if what you're saying is true, and then Fury beats his ass the third fight? Is Wilder still going to?
Nope. If he beats him clean,
if Fury beats him again,
even if he beats him, I still believe Fury cheated.
No. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking if Fury beats Wilder again, is Wilder going to show this supposed evidence that you're telling me about?
I believe so, but that's what I believe. You'll have to ask him to get a direct answer on that.
I'm just saying, man. But if you're screaming and hollering, cheating, you gotta produce something. Even if it's like the smallest thing.
Yeah.
That would make.
Can I ask you? Is there statute of limitations of producing evidence to the public of Tyson Fury cheating? Is there a statute of limitations for that?
What do you mean?
Like, is there like a statute of limitations? Like, is there a certain time limit where Wilder can produce that image? Those
he can produce it. He can produce it whenever he can produce it whenever hell he wants. But I'm just saying, like,
you don't think that he could possibly be waiting?
I mean,
he could be possibly waiting because he wants to fight Tyson Fury and get his revenge.
So what I heard was that during the arbitration, he was going to bring out all this evidence of Tyson Fury cheating. Arbitration didn't happen. He got his way anyways. So to me, it's just, if you already posted a video accusing Tyson Fury of cheating, showing pictures, that right there alone could have cost you the fight. So if that's the case, why not bring everything you have? You know what I mean? At least the toxicology report.
That arbitration.
Go ahead.
I'm going to tell you right now, that arbitration, according to people involved in Wilder's camp, they said the judge really sided with Wilder because of those cheating allegations.
So
and these are from people that's directly involved with Wilder.
So I'm saying is
here's the thing. We live in. Go ahead.
No. I was just saying, like, what I'm wondering is if he already produced somewhat of evidence, why wouldn't you? You know, because at the end of the day, if he shows his toxology report and he in fact was telling the truth and he was drugged, that's not going to cost him your fight because Tyson Fury didn't do that. That was Mark.
Yes, it's going to cost him the fight because it's going to launch an investigation, and they're not going to want Fury to fight or anything. It's going to launch an investigation, man. It's going to be really tough, and you're never getting Fury in that damn ring. Wilder has a mindset of he wants to fight and destroy Fury, and then take whatever left to court.
Okay, I mean,
fight whoever.
To me, it's foolish because it could easily not go his way. He could just get his ass whooped and then go to court and look bitter that he got his ass whooped. You know, I'm just saying, like, if I was him, me in his shoes.
I mean, the judge wouldn't care if he got his ass whooped the third time because if
I know. I'm talking about the public.
It doesn't matter.
I'm talking about the public.
That's what the public thinks.
Mm-hmm.
But like you agreed earlier in the show, Tyson Fury may not win this third fight. He just get knocked out.
He might. It's always possible. I mean, like I said, Deontay Wilder almost knocked him out the first time. So it wouldn't surprise me. I don't think he will because Tyson Fury keeps taking his best shots and you know, getting back up or not dropping from them. So, you know, you're at some point you're going to run into that one guy that's going to take everything you have. You got to come with more.
So let me ask you this. Do you think Tyson Fury's glove is going to look like that in the second fight? I mean, the third fight.
If he wears the same style gloves, yeah, 100%.
Do you think he's going to wear the same gloves in the third fight or be permitted to wear the third fight in wear the same gloves in the third fight?
Yes, because like I said, there was never an investigation. The gloves are still legal no matter what. And if he's looking to knock out Wilder like he said he is, yeah, he's going to wear them again. 100%. And if he doesn't, I'll be surprised. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't.
So I got a proposition for you, man.
Okay.
Let's lay it down.
Okay.
If Fury loses to Wilder, you have to buy the painting of Wilder knocking out Fury.
Okay.
From me.
Okay.
If Wilder loses, I will give you $200.
Okay. How much is the painting?
And that $200.
Okay. How big is the painting? Just curious. The
painting will be 20 by 20.
Okay.
20 by 20.
Because I will. I don't know if you can still see me or not, but hold on.
I can see you.
Can I turn this fucking camera on? Whatever. I guess not. But I will probably.
You could, but you got to go in the setting.
Up to the settings. Hold on. Cam.
Yeah.
It's not whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Can you see this?
Yeah, I can see you got a whole bunch of paintings in the back, the pictures.
Yep. This is my home gym. I will gladly post it. I'll take that TV down and put it right there. Right here. If Wilder wins.
Okay.
Right there. Nice. I will plaster it right there. Gladly. If Wilder beats him.
Okay. We'll see.
How about this? How about this? If he loses, if Wilder loses, let's do instead of you doing 200, let's do 150 plus a shirt.
Okay.
Deal. You got it.
That's a deal. All right,
That's
man.
A deal.
Well, we can do this next time. Shout out to you, brother.
All right, you too, bro. Keep it up.